Hey y'all, it's Farah. Welcome to All Souls Yoga this week. For this flow, you're going to need some sort of pillow. So if you have like a traditional yoga bolster, then of course grab that. If you don't, then just grab like a cushion or two from your couch, or maybe just one of the pillows from your bed, one or two. We're going to use them at different points throughout the flow, doing a little bit of longer holds kind of built into our flow today, sort of a yin vinyasa fusion flow. So I'm excited to get started. If you need to pause the video, go get your pillows, then go ahead and do that. Also, I always encourage you to grab a favorite oil or something that you can use just as an added sensory calming benefit during a couple of our postures and at the end in Shavasana. So if you need to pause, go ahead and pause. I'm going to have some light music playing in the background throughout the flow since there's going to be some periods of stillness. So I hope you enjoy this flow. So come into a seated posture. You're going to come into Baddha Konasana or cobbler pose, or some people call it butterfly. You're going to let the soles of your feet come together, big toes touching, heels touching. You're going to hold on to your ankles or maybe to the tops of your feet and just allow your knees to softly fall towards the floor. You can choose how far you bring the feet in or out, just depending on the openness you already feel or the tightness you feel in your hips and your knees. Just allow your shoulders to roll back. Close your eyes here. Notice where your spine is in relationship to your sits bones. So are you leaning too far forward, or maybe rounding the spine and leaning back? Bring yourself into a tall spine that comes straight up from your tailbone, and soften the shoulders down. We always begin our practice by noticing the breath. Before we change it, before we do anything, we just notice how the breath feels, where we feel it, the depth, the length. Just as a way of bringing our awareness into this space, this moment, our body. Putting aside distractions. Even if we hear noises or other things going on in our home, focusing on our breath helps us to stay present, to set those things aside, to focus our mind and our body on this practice. The longer we sit here, maybe you feel your hips, your inner thighs begin to open up a bit. The knees might naturally fall a little further towards the floor. Just keep adjusting your spine as needed to stay right on top of your hips. We'll take a couple rounds of 3-part breath here today to help cleanse our body, focus our mind. 3-part breath is just a simple inhaling 1/3 until you get to the top, and then holding that fullness for a moment and exhaling all it out at the same time. So to prepare, we take a deep breath in and out. And we begin. Inhale 1/3, inhale 2/3, inhale to the top, hold it there, and exhale it all out your mouth. And again, inhale 1/3, 2/3, to the top, hold it there, blow it out. Last time, 1/3 in, 2/3 to the top, and let it out. Full smooth breath in from the belly button up to your collarbones, and let it go. Holding still here. Pull your belly button towards your spine. Feel how that starts to strengthen and support your spine, especially in the low back. And then bring yourself here into a gentle twist. So allow your right hand to cross over. Maybe you float your eyes open here or keep them closed. And your left hand sweeps behind you, find the floor. Press that left palm into the mat. Create that spinal twist. Keep those knees pressing down towards the floor. Feel your tailbone rooting right down. Good, and without letting your knees pop up at all, keep them nice and low. Spin through center or untwist, and then off the other way. Good, back to center. If your eyes are still closed, open them up here as we inhale and reach the arms up high. Here it's easy to lose a little bit of the widening out of the knees, but try to keep them pressed down. And then with an exhale, fold forward. Keep your back nice and straight. Draw your belly button towards your heels or your toes. Then eventually let your hands float to the floor. Keep drawing your chest and your chin out toward your toes or beyond them. Keep pressing the knees down wide. Maybe you feel a little more openness now than you did when you started. Breathe into any areas that feel tight. Soften your chin, maybe a little towards your chest. You can allow your shoulders to round a bit. This is all about opening in the hips and the inner thigh. So breathe into that space. Good. Walk your hands in as you slowly lift the chest. Bring your hands to the outsides of your knees. Ooh, that feels good. Bring them in towards center and then take your feet a little wide. Little counter stretch here. The knees meet in the center. The feet are mat width apart. You can even let the knees crisscross towards the center. A little windshield wiper action here. Good, then we're gonna spin the legs around behind, come into your tabletop. Getting your hips stacked right on top of your knees, keep your palms right under your shoulders. Spread your fingers nice and wide, draw the belly in, and move the shoulder blades down your back. So feel the difference between just letting your belly and your chest hang out there and intentionally drawing the belly button in and drawing the shoulder blades down. Keep that level of engagement in your core and in your shoulders and take your cat-cow. Inhale, belly down, chest up, chin up. Roll the shoulders back. And exhale, the opposite movement of the spine. Curling it in, chin towards the chest. Inhale, cow pose. The tailbone reaches up towards the sky. Exhale, cat. Tailbone tilts down. It's like a big rainbow in the back body. One more here. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Coming back to your tabletop, we're just going to move around a little bit. So let those hips move side to side. Maybe you go in circles a little bit. Just get some movement in the body. Movement in the spine, in the shoulders, in the hips. You can even take a little wrist stretches here if that feels good. Flip your fingers in so they face your knees. Shift back and forth. Even placing the back of your hand down, that feels good on your wrist too. And then just gentle movement back and forth, not putting too much strain on that wrist joint. Come back to your tabletop. Bring the big toes together in the back. You can widen out the knees a little. We're coming into child's pose. Send the hips right back so that you feel your hips sit on your heels. Try and keep your hips rooted down as you walk or slide your hands forward. Belly button down towards the floor, chest, chin, maybe even down towards the floor. Even in this child's pose, you're softening the shoulders down so they don't hunch up towards your ears. Keep the shoulder blades away from your ears. Take 2 more deep breaths here. Stay in that child's pose. Stretch your shoulders. Last breath. Good. Then from child's pose, we're walking the hands up. Bring the knees right back under the hips. Take 1 cow pose. Belly in, arch the back, chest forward. And exhale, reach the spine towards the sky. A quick puppy pose here. So from your tabletop, we keep the hips right on top of the knees, and it's just the palms that walk forward. Keep those hips stacked as you melt your heart down towards the floor. Again, forehead, chest, chin, whatever gets there, down towards your mat. Slow, deep breath. Breathing into what feels tight, probably your shoulders here. Last breath in and out. Then lift yourself up, walk your hands back in. We're going to sit back on our heels here and go ahead and grab that pillow or whatever it is that you grabbed. I have a yoga bolster here, but you don't have to use that. And just set it kind of near the top of your mat. We're coming into a Supta Baddha Konasana, so reclined cobbler's pose, reclined butterfly. So I want you to bring yourself to a seat. Let your feet come on top of that pillow. So right away, I'm bringing the soles of my feet together, letting the knees start to fall out to the side. And then walk yourself down to your elbows, and then all the way to flat on your back. I want you to feel the shoulder blades roll open, maybe even come a little bit in towards one another. The feet stay on that pillow. If it's too low, maybe double the pillow up and lift the feet a little bit so they're higher than your hip bones. Start to feel that external rotation of your thighs as the knees fall to the ground. They probably won't touch. In fact, I can pretty much guarantee they won't, unless you're super, super flexy. You should already feel that stretch, that openness starting to come to your external hip flexors, internal thighs. Just allow your hands to rest down at your side. We're here for 3 minutes, y'all. So I want you to feel your upper body be totally heavy here. Feel those shoulder blades connect to the floor. Nice, soft, slow breath in and out. Imagine yourself lengthening that tailbone out, like you're reaching your tailbone towards the pillow, towards your feet. And feel your pelvic bones, your hip bones heavy down towards the floor. How does that change how and where you feel that openness, that stretch? And you're noticing where it feels tight in your body and then purposefully breathing into that space. Allow relaxation to come into your body here. Feel the knees get a little heavier. Maybe the thighs rotate externally a little bit more. Feel your ribs spread with each breath. Even the ribs in the back of your body, the back part of the ribs, can you feel the breath spread all the way through the whole lung space, all through your ribs, down to your belly button? And check back in, make sure you're releasing any tension. We've only got a couple more breaths here. Sometimes quiet and stillness is hard to maintain. Sometimes what we want to be doing is moving, jittery, fidgeting. And yet we bring ourselves into these spaces where we're maintaining quiet and stillness, allowing full openness and relaxation to come to both our physical body and our mental and spiritual body. Take a deep breath in and out. Good. Bring your hands to the outside of your thighs. Gently guide your knees in towards center. Your feet are stepping on that pillow or lift. Then you can take them down onto the mat. Take them wide like we did before. The knees meet in the center. And then gently let them go back and forth like windshield wipers. Knees come into the chest. Take a deep breath in and out. We're going to roll to the side here, gently press our way up to a seat. Go ahead and take that pillow or whatever you were using and set it off to the side. We'll use it again a little bit later. Swing your knees around to the back. Come back to your tabletop. Set yourself back up. Get that nice engaged core, soft shoulders. Take one cow pose here. Exhale, cat. Move your hips a little bit, just sway them side to side, maybe take some circles. Good, draw the belly button in. I want you to move your knees back just a little bit so that now you're in more of a kneeling plank. So see how my hips start to draw a little bit down towards the floor. They're no longer stacked right over my knees. Keep that belly button drawn in, look forward, take a big breath in. And exhale through your nice slow chaturanga. Elbows brush against the side body, lower all the way to your belly. Inhale, cobra. Keep those elbows tucked in, lift your chest. Make sure those shoulders slide down and lower down. Inhale, cobra, lift the chest. Exhale down. Keep the tops of your thighs and the tops of your feet pressing into the floor. Inhale, cobra. Last one here. Exhale, lower. Come right to Sphinx pose. Your elbows come right underneath your shoulders. Palms are nice and wide. We lift the chest. Same cat-cow motion here. We're just doing it through Sphinx pose. So imagine that this Sphinx pose is your cow. So your inhale, you're pulling the chest forward, lift your chin. Exhale, lift your hips, round your spine, tuck chin to chest. Inhale, Sphinx, pull the heart forward. Exhale, lift your hips. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, lift. Last one. Come back to your tabletop. Move your knees in. Curl your toes under, come right to down dog. Hover the knees first, then send the hips up. My knees are still bent as I straighten out my spine. Then straighten out the legs. Press your heels towards the floor. Pedal out your feet nice and slow. Get that deep stretch down the backs of your legs. Good. Feel your armpits kind of rotate in towards each other as you spin the upper arms out. External rotation of the triceps, and that gives you a spread across the top of your back. Inhale, look forward to where your thumbs are. Step your feet to the top. Halfway lift. Hands to your shins or maybe to the floor, but you got to have a nice straight spine, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Again, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. So we sweep the arms wide, reach them long up overhead. Thumbs to chest, mountain. Adjust your feet so that you're equal on both feet. Equal from heels to toes on your feet. Maybe your eyes close here for a breath or two. Just feel yourself grounding through the soles of your feet and lifting high through the crown of your head. You're in that beautiful long line. Drawing the belly button in and the shoulders down as always, and taking deep breath. Inhale, sweep those arms back up. Exhale, forward fold. Either swan dive down or draw the thumbs straight through heart center down to your toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise back up. Hands to heart. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift. Fold. Rise. Mountain. One more. Sweep up. Fold down. Half lift. Fold. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, thumbs to chest. Take a breath. Here we're going to turn the toes just slightly in. Keep those heels hip width apart. Keep your shoulders stacked right over your hips. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Have those thumbs pointing back, pinkies pointing forward. And as you exhale, sit into your chair. The knees stay pointing right out over the toes, and you shift your weight back enough that when you look down, you can see your toes wiggling on the other side of your knees. Sometimes I like to sweep my arms forward. That actually helps me remind myself to pull my shoulders back. So if that feels good to you, try that. Maybe sink a little lower. Good. Take one more breath in. Exhale, release. Hands up. Good. Inhale, come up on your tiptoes. Exhale, chair. Sink down. Ooh, yeah. Keep those heels lifted. Sit back. Again, you can sweep the arms forward if that helps you send a little bit of the weight back. Keep pulling that chest forward towards your thumbs. One more breath in. Exhale, release. Inhale, bring those palms again to heart center. Exhale, sink back into your chair. Keep some lift in the chest, flat on your feet this time. And we're going to twist. Take your right elbow, take it all the way across your body till it hooks on the outside of your left knee. Try and keep your thumbs right at heart center. Peek down at your knees. Keep them together. Don't let the right one shift forward. Maybe turn your gaze towards the top or look at your thumbs. One more breath in. And release to a fold. Straighten out the legs. Straighten out the feet. Ragdoll here. Soften your knees. Just let your head hang towards the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Good. We're coming right back to chair with those hands at heart center. So sink down. Pull the thumbs into your chest. Take that opposite twist now. So now your left elbow is going to come all the way across to your right knee. You're spinning your chest to face your thumbs, keeping those knees level and pointing forward, and then turn your gaze, either towards your palms or up towards your right shoulder. One more breath in, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Good. Rise to your Urdhva Hastasana this time. Sweep those arms all the way up and thumbs down, heart center. Pause here. We're going to continue our flow, but catch your breath. Reground your feet into the mat. Feet stay hip width apart here. Soften your shoulders, engage your core. Find a little bit of quiet and stillness even through movement. I think that's what draws me to this practice more than anything, is when everything around me is noisy, even when everything in my head is noisy. When my body is moving or when I'm choosing to be still, I find quiet. And that quiet restores me. Helps me hear the still small voice inside. So even as you flow, can you find that little bit of quiet? Can you hear that still small voice? And drink it in. Take a deep breath in and out. Inhale, sweep the arms up high. Exhale, sit back into your chair. Good. Draw your hands down to heart center. And then we're going to take that twist. Right elbow is going to come across to the left thigh. We're going to spin that chair. Prayer twist. Good. Come back to center. Release, stand tall. Good. You're going to shift your weight to your right foot. Lift that left knee. Single leg mountain. And then as you slowly move the left leg back, find crescent. Let those left toes touch down. Adjust your stance so that your right knee is right on top of your ankle. Engage that left thigh, pull the right hip back, and feel that strength in your low body. And then we're going to prayer twist here. So inhale, thumbs come to heart center. Now it's the left elbow all the way across to the right knee. Keep those hips square. Draw the right hip back. Turn your chest towards your thumbs. Same body as in the twist. Good. Inhale back to center. Exhale, arms up high. Inhale, lengthen out through the side body, and exhale, warrior two. You're opening those hips. You're allowing that right knee to press towards the right pinky toe. Keeping your chest right on top of your hips. You're not leaning. And then extend the arms out. Hear those shoulders squeeze back. Strength in that left pinky toe. And gaze towards your right middle finger. Deep breath in and out. Good. One more breath in here. And exhale, cartwheel the arms down. Find your low lunge. Pivot to your left toes. Palms frame your right foot. And y'all who know me know I love to hang out in low lunge, even if it's for a breath or two. Engage that back thigh. Draw the right hip back. Then it's up to you if you want to take your vinyasa here or if you'd rather just skip it and meet us in a forward fold. You can just step that left foot to the top and meet us in forward fold. If you'd like to take vinyasa, here we go. Inhale, right foot back, find that plank. Exhale, shift forward, chaturanga. Inhale to your back bend, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, we gaze forward, travel forward. Exhale, forward fold. Hang out here. We should all be in a forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, thumbs to heart center. Breath. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, chair, sink in. Inhale, thumbs to chest. Good. This time that left elbow is going to cross over. Keep the knees level. That's really hard. You want to shift the hips forward, but keep them level. One more breath in and out. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, release. Inhale, left knee rises. Hold it here. Find your balance. Then as slowly as you can, start to send the right leg back. Let the right toes find the floor. Sink in. Crescent lunge. Inhale, thumbs to chest. Exhale, crescent with that prayer twist. Right elbow to knee, thumbs to your chest. Strengthen that back leg, find that twist. Good, release the twist, come back to center and release the arms. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, warrior two. Hold it here, deep breath. One more breath in. Exhale, low lunge, spin down. Take your moment, adjust your body. Feel this pose. Feel the stretch down the front right hip. And again, we meet in forward fold or we take this flow. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, gaze forward, travel forward. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift. Fold. Hang out here for a second. Equalize your weight on your feet, heels to toes. Send that tailbone up a little higher. Relax your head and chest. We're going to flow all of that again, breath to movement. And then after that, we come down to the floor for a little more yin here. Good. If you've bent your knees in ragdoll, just go ahead and straighten them out as much as you can. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up, raise them all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale here, keep those thumbs pressed to your sternum. Exhale, chair, sink down. One breath in. Exhale, twist, right elbow across. Now here you can hold it here and step to your twisted crescent from here. It'll just be on the other side. So you can shift your weight to your left foot, step that right foot back. Otherwise, come out of it like we did before, and then step your right foot back. We're holding it here, 2 breaths. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release your arms. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, warrior 2, open up. 1 full breath in and out. Inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, plank. Exhale, vinyasa. Inhale, look forward, travel. Exhale, fold. Half lift, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, thumbs to heart center. Deep breath in. Exhale, chair, sink down. Inhale, the left elbow comes across, right knee, take that twist. And again, you can come out or you can just step. Left foot back, crescent twist. Strengthen that back leg. We're here, 2 breaths. Inhale back to center. Exhale, release the arms. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, warrior 2. Hold it here. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. Low lunge, exhale. Inhale, plank. Right foot back. Exhale, chaturanga. Up dog, cobra. Down dog. Inhale, look forward, travel forward. Exhale, fold. Half lift. Fold. Take a moment here, just take a breath. Again, put a little more weight towards your toes so that your hips are right on top of your heels. Deep breath in and out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to your plank. Soften your knees, let those palms come to the floor. Step or jump those feet back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, lift. Exhale, downward dog. Hold it here in your down dog. Pedal out your feet. Feel those triceps wrap out as your armpits move towards each other. And then you get that spread between the shoulders and your upper back. And then let your knees drop so they come right under your hips. Adjust your palms so they're right under your shoulders. In your tabletop, strong core, soft shoulders. Take some gentle cat-cow here. Coming back to your tabletop, I'm turning so that you can see this view. You're going to take your right leg out to the side. So can you see? My toes are facing out. My knee is facing out. And then just let your body shift back a little bit towards that right heel. Almost like you're in lizard or pigeon. You're feeling that in the outside of your right hip. Good, come back to center. Your right knee comes under your hip, and we do that on the left side. Left foot out, left knee out to the side, toes facing out. And then it's just a simple shift back. Letting that knee kind of shift back as well, but keep your foot planted on the floor. Feel that in the outer left hip, maybe in the inner thigh a little too. Good, come back to center, back to your tabletop. We're coming down into puppy again. This time we're holding it a little longer. So keep your hips stacked right on top of your heels. If you want to have something like your pillow, you can place that kind of long way so that your chest comes down onto it. Bring the floor up to you a little bit. You can play with it a little bit so that you feel like you get the most out of that stretch, but you're able to relax into it a little bit. Hands reach out towards the top of your mat. Arms stay straight, or you can soften them a little bit by bending the elbows. Let your chest fall straight down towards your mat. Maybe your forehead touches the floor or that pillow or bolster. Maybe you've got enough room in your chest and your shoulders for your sternum, your chest, or your chin to come to the floor. But find a position you can hold for another 1.5 minutes. Relax your shoulders. Relax your chest. Even in the midst of an uncomfortable sensation, perhaps you feel that strain or stress on your shoulders, hopefully not pain. If pain, back out. But you can find a little quiet and stillness even in the midst of that noise. You can soften with your breath a little bit more. Two more breaths. Use those strong arms, lift your body, walk your hands in. Those same movements we were doing before. Maybe you take a cat-cow, maybe you just find some circles with your hips, especially your shoulders. Just a little organic movement in your body. And then we're coming to a seat. So just sit off to one side. Swing your legs around to the front. I'm going to start with our seated forward fold. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, you're hinging right at your hips. Belly button down towards your thighs, your chest, your arms moving out towards your toes. Maybe you find your feet. Maybe you find something past your feet. Maybe you just slide your hands right under your calves and anchor yourself that way. And then let your upper body just relax down. Should feel that lovely stretch down the backs of your legs and all the way up your back. No pain, no stress in the low back. If that's happening, bend your knees, soften your fold a little bit. And then slowly release your fold. Just come out very slow and gentle. You're going to bend your right knee, plant that foot right in the inner thigh. Just going to turn a little bit here. You're going to take your left leg out to the side a little so you've got a little bit of a V happening in your upper thighs and your hips. Face forward though, so you're facing your right foot and that left leg is out to the side. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Then with an exhale, you can allow your left hand to come down, either resting on the leg or right inside, and that right arm stretches straight out by your ear. Find a little bit of rotation back with that right shoulder. You're looking up under your right arm, you're getting long through that right side body, not collapsing into the left. If you can take it a little lower, you can take it a little lower. Good. Now with your inhale, we just let that right arm drop to the floor as you spin your belly towards the floor. Left hand come to the outside. We re-square the chest so that it's facing your left leg. Take a deep breath in and exhale, fold. Walk your hands up, release that fold. Keep the right knee bent, just bend the left knee, bring the left foot towards your left hip. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, twist right. Left hand to right knee, right hand to the back. Stay tall. Twist through your core, through your ribs. Root that left hip down and twist a little deeper. Good, and then slowly come back to center, release everything, and switch it out. Left foot in, right leg out. The right leg's at that V, you're making that V shape with your hips. Left foot is in, face forward, reach your arms up, and with your exhale, it's that side bend. Right arm inside or on top of your leg. Find that openness, that left shoulder pulling back, and left arm extending out. Good. Keep that left hip rooted down. Maybe you lower a little bit more. Inhale, the left hand just collapses right to that floor. Right arm comes to the outside of your right leg. Square your chest facing your right foot or right leg. Take that breath in and exhale, fold. Walk your hands up. Bend the right knee so you bring your right foot to your right hip. Inhale, reach, and exhale, twist. Right hand over, left hand sweeps back. Good, release, come back to center. You're gonna turn both knees in together. Just sweep your arms forward, create that cat C in your back. Tuck your chin towards your chest. And then we're gonna lower all the way down to our back for our final yin pose. We're gonna be holding a supine pigeon for like 3 minutes on each side. And that may sound like an eternity, but think of the stillness, of the growth, of the positive effects in your body that will happen during that time. When you choose stillness, when you can notice the quiet. So if you haven't already, go ahead and release your body down to your back. Starting with both feet planted on the floor, knees pointing up towards the ceiling. Start with that openness in your chest, so roll the shoulders back. Feel the shoulder blades press into the floor. Keeping your left foot planted right where it is, extend your right leg straight towards the ceiling with the toes flexed, like you're pressing the heel straight towards the ceiling. Good. Then as you bend your knee, you're externally rotating that right thigh, right knee, and bringing your left foot to cross, your right foot, to cross your left thigh. Now it's real important here that you keep that right foot flexed this whole time. Take your right palm, go ahead and place it right on the inner thigh. Give your leg a little push. Left hand can come to your belly. Now, if this is enough of a stretch for you, stay right here for the full 3 minutes. Just allowing both hips to be heavy and the right knee to press open, feeling that stretch. If you're ready for a little more, we bring the hands behind your left thigh. Left foot is just relaxed. You don't have to hyperflex that, just let it go. And here I want you to send that tailbone long. So imagine you're shooting that tailbone towards the back of your mat, the front. Keep externally rotating your right thigh, pressing that right knee towards the back or away from you. And even if you've got your hands interlaced behind that left thigh, I want you to soften your shoulders and your chest. Don't hunch them up by your ears. You're working, you're holding this pose, and yet you can find some stillness and quiet. And there might be noise. There might be noise outside in your home. There might be noise inside. Something feels tight or your mind is a chatter. But even in that, we find quiet. We find breath. Feel the pelvis, the hip bones be heavy towards the floor. The right knee is opening more and more with each moment, each breath. Can you relax your right hip a little more? Can you externally rotate your right thigh a little more? 2 more big breaths in and out. And in and out. Release your hands from your left thigh. Let the left foot come down to the floor. Straighten out your right leg. Press the heel towards the ceiling. And then point and flex your toes. Circle your ankle one way and then reverse the direction. You can bring your hands up to your calf or maybe your thigh, just not right at your knee joint, and maybe pull the leg in just a bit. Stretch the hamstring. And then release your right leg down. Take a breath with both feet planted, both hips planted. And then we take the other side. Inhale, extend the left heel straight towards the ceiling. Flex those toes. And as you rotate the left knee out, we're bringing your left foot across your right thigh. Right at the ankle, right above the knee. Keep your left foot flexed. Left palm to left inner thigh. Give it a little push. Right hand to your belly. And if you stayed here on the other side, stay here. This is what your body needs. It's what it needs. Listen to that. Enjoy this stretch, this quiet. For those of you taking it the next step, hands behind your right thigh, pull it in. Right foot stays soft, just hanging out. Left foot stays flexed. And we're choosing to externally rotate the left thigh. Press that left knee away towards the back of your mat, towards the feet. And then let the left hip be heavy. Once you feel that stretch, once you get to that edge, soften into it. Find your breath and soften there. Sometimes quiet isn't easy. Sometimes stillness isn't easy. Sometimes there's a million other things we would rather do than be quiet or still, or we think we have to do. And yet here you are on your mat, choosing to be quiet and still for these minutes. Allowing your body that space to rejuvenate, to heal, to grow. Two more breaths here. Gently release your right leg if you have it, right foot to the floor. And then we all extend the left heel straight towards the ceiling. Again, point and flex those toes, circle the ankle both ways. You can reach up, hands to your left calf to give a little tug of the leg in towards your body. And then release both feet down, release your left leg, both feet to the floor, both hip bones here. Take a breath. Then you're gonna need your pillow here for our one final pose where we're gonna open the whole front of the body. With your feet planted, press those hips up so that you can bring your pillow underneath your hips for like a supported bridge. So if your pillow's really flat and your hips drop right to the floor when you stick it under there, double it up. Again, find a little height there. And same as before, press the shoulder blades down, open across the chest. Bring your elbows out to the side so you're like goalposting your arms, palms facing up, and then extend your legs straight. If you need to adjust the position of the bolster or the pillow under your hips, go ahead and adjust here. And then allow your body to stretch. So maybe find a little more openness across your chest, a little more distance between your chin and your chest. If you want even more, you can extend those elbows up a little bit, create more openness in the side body. Deep breath. And out. Take a deep breath in and out. If this posture is comfortable for you, if this feels good, this opening across the front body, stay right here. If you'd like to take a little bit more traditional Shavasana, bend your knees, plant your feet to lift the hips, and just slide that pillow out from under your hips and under your knees, so that your whole spine is along the floor, and then you come back to full release across your whole body. I invite you to stay in Shavasana as long as your body craves. As long as you want to remain in stillness, both in mind and body, then stay. If you are ready to be guided out to move on with the rest of your day or evening, go ahead and wiggle your toes a bit to begin. Make a fist with your hands and then splay those fingers out and do it over and over again. Fist and wide and fist and wide. And with your hands behind your thighs, guide your knees into your chest and gently tuck your chin up towards to meet them. And roll to your side, pausing here for a breath. And then we'll all press up to a seat. Coming back to that tall spine, roll the shoulders back. Maybe your eyes are still closed. We'll take 2 rounds of that 3-count breath that we took earlier. Deep breath in to prepare, and out. And we begin. Inhale 1/3, 2/3, to the top. Hold it. Smooth exhale out your mouth. Inhale 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. Pause. Out your mouth, exhale. Smooth breath in. Full breath out. Bring your hands to heart center, thumbs pressed into your chest. Slight bow of the head. With so much love and gratitude for each of you, I pray God's richest blessings upon you, that you may find stillness and quiet even amidst the noise. Even when it's hard to be still and quiet, choose it, create it, soak it in. Let it rejuvenate and restore you, body, mind, and soul. Go in peace. Namaste.